Okay, you guys, what is up? This is Ozzy Senpai here today to review Magi, the Kingdom of Magic, episode 25. This is the final episode of Magi. Yo, man, I'm gonna talk for a couple minutes about something, and I'm gonna go ahead into review basically the basics and start first. So, listen, when I first got into Magi, I watched like the first episode, and I wasn't really sure what to think about the series. You know, at that point, I hadn't watched the series in full. Well, I mean, the series isn't over yet, but I hadn't watched the series in full yet. And I thought about it. I was like, is this going to be a good anime for me? Am I gonna watch this anime and be like amazed or like be like astounded? And I wasn't sure. And I thought that way about a lot of the anime that I've seen so far. Hunter x Hunter, Kuroko no Basket, all these good anime. But I have to say, Magi is pretty damn good. And what I will do is that because this episode is ended now on episode 25, and I believe that the next chapter after this, well, the next chapter is 199, and that the next chapter coming, I think tomorrow is 220. I'll catch up to the manga and review the manga as well, so that I can keep up with the anime and the manga at the same time. Pretty damn cool, right? So I'm gonna try and do that. But yeah, Magi, it was a good choice to read. Watch this anime. I really do like it. Obviously we'll be in season 3, but it'll be a little bit far away, so I can catch up to the manga now and review the manga and review the anime when it comes back into its full cycle. So yeah, let's get into this review. First of all, the basics. Animation on point. My favorite part was that the 13 metal vessel users use extreme magic along with my nigga Sinbad in the middle of using his extreme magic attack. I thought that was epic. Another scene that I liked with the animation was when Mogamett was talking with Aladdin and Yamahara. And when Mogamett walked away afterwards, because he's going to go stay with the Black Link. I thought that was sad as shit. Not only that, the animation was so damn good that I could actually sense and see the serene nature in Mogamett's face in his words. Damn. But we'll talk about Mogamett a little bit later, because what he says at the end is really damn important. At least what I think for the end of the story. So animation was on point. This episode was on point. Pacing. The pacing went really good until after the medium was destroyed. Like the medium, after that, the medium started destroying itself like bit by bit. It was kind of slow, but for the most part, the pacing was good. So animation, great. Pacing, good. Story progression, the medium is done for now, and everything is at peace again, and I can't wait for season 2. Actually, no wait, I can't wait till I start reading the manga and catching up. So pacing good, animation good, and character progression is great, but story progression great. So overall, I'm gonna give it this great. Everything is great. So let's talk about the episode. When it comes to Mogamon I'll talk about afterwards. When it comes to Lady Scheherazade dying, I can't say that Scheherazade is my favorite character, because even though I liked her, it wasn't really like, when she died, I felt like it was for nothing. Like, when she dies, giving up all of her Magoi to give it to all of the metal vessel users that have normal Magoi, it was epic. But then at the end, you realize that doesn't mean anything, because even though there were 13 metal vessel users, including Sinbad, that tried to take down the medium via that via that method, excuse me, via that method, the medium was weakened, but it wasn't destroyed yet. So I feel like as if she died for kind of nothing, and that's kind of sad. I mean, when a character like that dies like that for nothing, it saddens me a little bit. Not that she's my favorite character, but it does sadden me when a death in a story it doesn't do anything except for just help it out a little bit. So that's where I have with Shezadare's death. When it comes to Tidus being reborn as the new Magi. That I thought was good because Tidus is fulfilling the promise that he made to Marco, who I'll get to in a second. Fulfilling the promise that no matter what, we will always be together always. And of course, we see Marga at the end of the chapter, well, at the end of the episode, she's like, oh, she's in this phone, holding hands, having good times and stuff. So I actually like that. And when it comes to Marga, despite the fact that she has no real actual power and everything like that, I still like her character because she's a lot more mature than you actually think. And it's probably because she knows that she's going to face death. Well, she knew because she might get help at some point. With the whole heart problem. She knows, oh, I'm probably gonna die at some point, and that's what sped up her maturation, and that is what made her, as she is. Because at that point, she realized, yo, I might die at some point, but I'm gonna live to the fullest and be with teachers. So I was like, that's really good. That's really good. So that was cool too. And when it came to Sinbad and Cohen, yo, Sinbad. Basically, Sinbad got a lot over Cohen. Like Sinbad, it was like that Cohen was in a really big bind. Even though Cohen technically got like a bigger portion of the win, because when it came to Sinbad, Sinbad basically states that now the Lean Empire and Sindra are now in an alliance. So the Seven Seas Alliance is now in an alliance with the Lean Empire. And that basically is like, yo, that's insane. And of course, Sinbad states that, okay, yeah, and I'm also, because one of my 8 generals, Yamahira, because she was the adoptive daughter of Mogamett, who was technically the king of Magnosad, because of that, I'm going to help Magnosad. You can't attack it because I'm going to protect it. I'm sitting there, I'm like, yo, Sinbad, yo. And you can tell everyone else in the episode is like, dude, this nigga crazy. And Colin's just sitting there all stoic and shit. And then he's like, yo, wait. But guess what? You can have Magnostat. You can have that. But I get the Magi. He grabs Aladdin and he's like, yeah, I got him. You can't have shit. I got a Magi. You got a kingdom. The Ko Empire has so many things, so many kingdoms, but I got a Magi. So when it comes to that, Cohen kind of won over Sinbad in a sense. Although Sinbad, he basically trolled that nigga. Like he sat there for the whole time smiling, like, yeah, I got more than you. But at the end of the day, Cohen got Aladdin. So see where that goes. And we find out apparently that now that the whole battle is over, Sindra would have gone up against Ko, but the Ko Empire, but according to Cohen, because Sinbad isn't the type of dude that just wants power and territories, he said, you know what, I'm not even going to fight you. Matter of fact, it seems like as if Cohen respects Sinbad, even though he knows that, we probably won't end up fighting one day, he respects Sinbad. So they basically shut off all their Jimmy clips and stuff, so the war is over from that method. So overall on that, I'm going to give that a good. That was pretty damn good. When it came to Mogamett, Aladdin, and Yamahira, I was like, so Aladdin is his Solomon's wisdom, and he states how, like, once he gets in there, he and Mogamett are talking, and Mogamett, he seems to be remorseful, but at the same time, I think either he's found peace, or hold on a second, he's found peace with the Black Root, because he gives Aladdin one mission, and that mission is, at the end of the day, no matter what you do, I want you to return the Black Root to the Great White Flow. Even though it's never been done before and it's considered to be impossible, that it's hinted by Aladdin, now that he has Solomon's wisdom, it's hinted by Aladdin that, okay, maybe this might be possible. Maybe. Because, he has Solomon's wisdom now, he can figure out a way. But that's more like for end of series type of stuff. So that's number one. Number two, and I thought this was, I was like, this nigga's directly speaking to these two people. Mogamett stated, and I think this is important, how no matter how powerful you are, no matter how powerful your army is, how many genoclips you have, how much Magua you have, no one can be above another person. There can be no king of an entire world. And that links back to King Solomon back in Al-Mataran, because King Solomon thought, okay, maybe I can unite the entire world in order for it to be peace. Well, no, because, and I'm not saying I know everything, because we don't know everything. Even the manga readers, I don't think they know everything yet. I will get caught up to the manga, just to review. But, well, and because I like manga. But he mentions how no one can be over 100%, and that directly links to Cohen and Sinbad, because Sinbad and Cohen, they both want to become kings of this world. Also, especially Cohen, because Cohen, he stated it, yo, I'm gonna become the king of this world. I'm gonna unite everyone in peace. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, dude, Mogamett is directly talking about these people. I swear to God, I don't even think he like either he knows or it's just coincidence. But he's directly talking about Cohen and Sinbad. Even though Sinbad and Cohen aren't technically bad people, they want power and they want to be able to unite the entire world through their methods. And it's like, dude, it's like, yo, it's like insane. It's not like, yo, what the fuck? So when it comes to that, obviously that's important. And okay, yeah. So two more things. Well, technically three, but three more things, and I'll end off the review. When it comes to Mogamett now, Mogamett basically was going back to the Black Root, and he's waiting for once Aladdin he returns the Great Root to the the Black Root to the Great White Flow. That's gonna happen. And Mogamett actually states, and we find out apparently that Yamehira was kidnapped from Mustasu. I can't pronounce it, from Mustasu by Mogamett hands. And Mogamett never told Yamehira about her ancestry. So she never knew up until this point when she mentioned it to Mogamett. But what happens is that despite all of this, Yamehira actually still loves Mogamett as her father, as her adopted father. Because despite the fact that she had her ancestry hidden from her, she still got a good life from Mogamett, and Mogamett took care of her. So she's like, okay, I'm fine. I'll accept that. You were my father. You were great to me. I will always love you, stuff like that. And when she got that near the end of the episode, she's crying, because she misses her adopted father. And basically, that's it with Mogamett. And then we see Tidus. Tidus is basically the reason why he died in the first place. Well, he returns back to life, but he dies to basically make sure that Mogamett, changes his ways. What I can say about that is that I'm not gonna lie. There are two things in this episode that remind me of Naruto. It really does. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It depends on the series in general. But the whole way how Aladdin convinced Mogamett is similar to talk no jutsu. Like, I'm not even fucking lying to you. Like, when I saw this in the episode, I was like, oh shit. Because so much wisdom and so much like talk no jutsu, it's not even funny. But when it comes to the differences between the two, what I can say is that I think Mogamett already had in mind once he saw Tidus and Tidus tried to change his ways, that he already had in mind that he wanted to change what he became. And so technically on Aladdin's part, it's not necessarily taught no jutsu. But you can also say, okay, well, Tidus still tried to convince the nigga that he should still try to change the ways. So it is technically taught no jutsu, but it's not. So I wouldn't say that that's bad, but I mean, it depends on the series, like I said before. It depends on what you think about the series in general. Not necessarily that you like it, but it depends on what you think about the series. And of course, Mogamett, he goes towards the Black Root with a smile on his face. He dies, and of course, we see Yamehira, she's crying. Aladdin seems crying, but at the end of the episode, we see Aladdin, Alibaba, Morgiana, they're all hugging, oh yeah, we're buddies again. And they do the same, basically they do the same fist bump that they did when they said, we're gonna part ways. So that's basically what happens with them. And of course, for Gilcan, I'm gonna talk for a good minute, then I'm gonna talk about my nigga Hakuryuu. Because Scheherazade died, Al-Thaman actually got a win out of this, because now one of the Magi died. However, of course, we have Tidus, he comes back as the new Magi. So technically, it's not really a win for them. But Gilcan states that the next time that the medium comes back, despite it being destroyed, the next time it comes back, it will probably touch the earth automatically. Automatically. Think about it. It took 13 not devil users, metal Jin users just to subdue the monster. And it took so many wisdom. the medium didn't even touch the guardian medium. So it gives you a hint as to what might happen later on in the series. How they're gonna stop the I'm sorry. How they're gonna stop the medium again because it's gonna touch the earth immediately, and it's like, damn, some dudes might die. That might be like a hopefully. I mean, yeah, some dudes might die in that, and that's gonna be crazy. But that's gonna be a problem for later. And so, of course, Altham and they kind of lost in the series. Now, the end of the episode, Hakuryuu and Judar. Again, this is where I actually feel like as if it's kind of like Naruto, in the sense that Hakuryuu decides that he's going to turn his back on Morgiana, Alibaba, and Aladdin. Kind of like what Sasuke did to Naruto, Sakura, and Kakashi and Naruto. And it's like, dude, it's like, yo, the feels. I mean, I'm not saying that it's exactly the same, but it's like, dude, it's pretty damn similar. Like, Hakuryuu's definitely, Hakuryuu's definitely like Sasuke. So, and what's weird is that because of what happened with the whole Solomon's Wisdom thing, or what happened with Ugo. Oh, by the way, we see Ugo again, but he basically was there just for a couple of minutes just to send Titus back into the war. So, yeah, he's not there now. But, anyways, when it comes to Judar, Judar basically states that he now has a changed perception on life. And when he's there with Hakuryuu, so you know how Hakuryuu wasn't in these last two episodes? He's there now, just watching the whole thing go down. And he says, he takes some of the black magic, well, he takes all of it, condenses it, and then, yo, the bit. Hakuryuu, like, alright, useless, run. And the Hakuryuu basically states at this point, I'm turning my back on you guys, I'm sorry. Yo, like, what is Judar and Hakuryuu planning? Like, it's insane. And what I can say for that is that'll probably be more important as the story continues in the manga and in the anime. And yeah, I don't think I messed up with anything else. Yeah, so that's pretty much my review. Yeah, so pacing good, animation good, animation great, story progression great. I'm gonna give it a great. So this episode overall, uh, I'm gonna give it an amazing. I'm gonna give it the biggest rating I can give it because this episode was epic. I'm gonna give it an epic senpai rating. Epic senpai. That is the final rating of this episode. So yeah, whenever you see me rating something, epic or senpai level, yeah, I'm gonna give it the name senpai level. If it's a senpai level episode, it's a badass episode to the point where it's the best. That's the highest level I can give you. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Episode rating was senpai level. Like the video if you like it. Dislike it if you don't. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Magi is great. Gonna review the manga soon once I get caught up to it. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. LJ Senpai out. Peace, guys.